What's up, worldlians and other worldlians if y'all are tuning in too? I just wanted to give y'all kind of a quick rundown of a review on some Glow Rhino options now that I've gotten to play with them all for a little bit. I've got kind of littered out between a handful of knives now. These three here, you're going to notice they all have tritium thumb studs. These three right here all have the tritium axis lock. We've got a tritium plug for the lanyard hole, and then this one has some tritium on the scales. All Glow Rhino. These two pieces glow blue, everything over here glows green. One note about that, green definitely stands out a lot more at night, so it's easier to pick up. And one recommendation I have is if you are looking for tritium in order to really make that knife stand out at night, so you can find it whether you've dropped it in your tent or outside on the ground, it's sitting on your nightstand, dresser, whatever the case. Thumb studs, axis locks don't really stand out too well. The scales here and the plug there stand out really well. You got a little bit bigger of a piece. It's not inserted down into a cavity as deep, so you can see these from multiple angles, whereas the axis locks and the thumb studs you can only really see if you're top down looking on it. So I think these upgrades are more for kind of looks and aesthetics than anything, and these could be more beneficial for dropping your knife and losing it, or just needing to find it on the fly in the dark. So keep that in mind if you're looking for anything. Another thing to note is the width of the We and Civivis is pretty much the same as the stock width of the thumb stud, whereas the width on the Benchmade is quite a bit wider. The width of the aftermarket ones is a lot heftier, so if you're looking for something that gives you a little bit extra bite, that's definitely a good way to go. Just to kind of show you how much the difference is, we've got a caliper here showing about almost 9.4 with the stock thumb stud for the bug out, as opposed to 11.4. So about 2 millimeters extra. I'll give you a quick showdown with the lights off here in a minute. The Glow Rhino scales that I got here, I really like these. Got rid of the orange one, so I'm actually carrying this one quite a bit more now. I do kind of like the extra width on that because you get a little bit more of a bite. The only thing that I've noticed it interferes with is the sharpening system I have. Kind of drags and catches the corner there. The only downside that I think these scales is they are very flat. I like having a little bit of contour like you see on kind of these other options. Very flat here too. And then this, let's see if I can get you a better image, but it's got some pretty good traction on these. So you've got a good bit of grip on here. Let's see if you can see that. Yeah, you can see it's got a bunch of little traction there. So it's very grippy if you have wet hands, oily hands, anything like that. Only catch is it doesn't slide into the pocket quite as easily as the old Grivery does. It's one thing I love about the original scales on that. They're lightest weight and they slide into the pockets so nicely. Let's see. Outside of that, I think we just kind of want to see what it looks like in the dark, so I'm going to adjust a couple lights for you. I'm starting to see especially the blue popping, a little bit of green here. One more light. And you can see everything now. So let's see if we can get you a good idea of what I'm talking about on these angles. So we've got the axis lock and the plug for the lanyard hole, Sorry, the camera's not going to focus very well at dark. But that almost disappears immediately. I'm not angling this very much at all. Let's see. Whoop, blind you there. So that's about the angle that I'm showing you. Lights out again. So if you drop it, you can really see that plug almost completely sideways, which I love. So this has been a huge plus for me, that lanyard hole plug. Let's see, this one's got a little bit of everything. We've got the axis lock, thumb stud, and the scales, and you're going to see this axis lock and thumb stud disappear pretty quick. Well, this one's a little better. Let's try it this way. It's easier to pick up on the camera. It's harder to see in person. You're really seeing that glow pop on this camera with the lights like that. But if you notice that scale, I mean, you're almost sideways and you still see it. Boop, boop. So definitely love the plug and the scales for that feature right there. I'm showing you the Civivi and We setup. This one's going to disappear pretty quick too. So we are not on much of an angle there. Here come the lights. You ready? Boom! And it almost disappears. So a couple things I wanted to let y'all know about. Keep in mind if you're looking at doing any kind of these upgrades. Again, this having a little bit extra purchase really gives you that flickability on there. I do like that. But some glow rhino options. Definitely recommend these two. These other ones definitely gives you some style points, but it is nothing to really help you out when you get lost in the dark. Yeah, if y'all have any questions, leave the comments down below. I'll try to get back to you. But definitely have some fun with some glow rhino. Customize those pocket knives, make them unique. Y'all take care.